And a really competitive lineup. As you look at the start list there, the man who's got a number 8 beside him there, well, he's not number 8, he's the defending champion, and Kim Un-guk. So let's meet the contenders. The European champion, this is Boone Yameen Salazar. Generally stronger in the snatch phase, but vulnerable in the clean and jerk. He's the reigning European champion. Representing Colombia, Diego Salazar, the Olympic silver medalist from Beijing. 2 Turks in the competition, and here's the second one, Khurshid Atak, 20 years of age. He's the younger of the 2 Turks. He was the European bronze medalist, but his strength comes in the clean and jerk. And now to the man from Indonesia, Eko Yuli Irawan, Universiade champion. This is a real contender. Watch out for him tonight. Next, the second man from Colombia. This is Oscar Figueroa, 4th in last year's World Championships in the country of Turkey, of course, Antalya. Next up, it's the Asian Games champion from last season. This is Jiang Shi, 24 years of age, and he's posted a total of 320, which makes him the man, at least on paper, who's favorite to take the overall gold. Representing Korea, this is Yi Hun Min, 5th in the World Championships last year in Antalya. And a man who, at 27 years of age, interesting to see whether he can improve. Here's the world champion from the People's Republic of Korea, 23 years of age, Kim Un-guk. And the next man, this is Cha Kum Choi, also from the People's Republic of Korea, and he was the bronze medalist last year when he was in the 56 kilo category, moving up now. And finally, completing the field from Turkmenistan, the man who finished 7th in the World Championships in Antalya, and this is Urmobek Bazabayev. So really interesting field, as I said, from the lowest total posted, that's 300 kilos, up to the heaviest, that's Jiang Shi with 320, well, just 20 kilos. So that's pretty tight, Randy.
Absolutely. I think we're going to have a dogfight all the way down to the finish line in this. Could even maybe see someone like Jiang Shi sniffing around the world record level in the clean and jerk.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? Now, these are some of the past winners that you can see here, going back to 1998 when Leonidas Sabonis won it with 320. So the first man out onto the stage, 127 kilos on the bar, Diego Salazar. And Diego Salazar, the first attempt at 127 kilos to get us underway in this 62 kilo championship of the world. Well, you always expect the first one to be pretty straightforward, and that was the way it should be, Randy.
Yeah, it's the hope. You know, we've seen a lot of missed lifts so far, particularly in the snatch, I would say, and we'd like to see that trend reversed here. Snatch, pull the bar up, get your body under. It sounds simple. Actually, it's fairly tight, you know, as far as margin of error, what you need to do. You got to balance, you have to be fast, you have to be strong. He had a successful lift, he's on the board.
Salazar, the silver medalist from 2008, and here is Khurshid Atak, the first of the 2 Turks, and this is not necessarily his forte, but I'm not going to criticize him down because he's only 20 and improving, and there's not much between these 2 Turkish competitors tonight. Good explosive move there from Khurshid, and opening up on 127, and that's just a kilo below what he produced in the Europeans this year, so he's tuned up here.
Yeah, you inspired him, David. Your words, I mean, he's decided to rise to the challenge. Notice the feet coming way off the platform as he's pulling, not something you coach for. Seems to just happen naturally for some lifters.
Well, I'm not sure that in fact, I didn't just inspire him, but I tell you who might have given him an adrenaline boost, and that's Eileen Desdelin, who took that overall silver just a little earlier today in the women's 53. That has given a real turbo boost to the Turkish team.
Smoking smoking hot performance by Eileen. You know, a lot of people might have written her off at this stage in her career, and boy, she must have made some believers out of the fans here tonight, huh?
Well, I just saw, after the competition finished, went backstage, saw Dr. Hassan Akush, the president of the Turkish Federation, and he was beside himself. 6 great lifts, a personal best, a European record. Couldn't ask for more. Terrific. And she was absolutely joyful with what she produced. You know, that'll go. If she's had a better day in her career, well, there can't have been too many better days than that.
Yeah, not with all those personal bests. And, you know, if she can stay in that path, who knows what she could do in London next year.
Opening weights here. Well, you've just seen Attack open on 127. Cesar, his teammates, posted 133 as his opener, but Jiang Shi of China, 140. Also Kim Un-guk from the People's Republic of Korea, the defending champion, 140. So on paper, those are the 2 headliners who are going to try and get away from the field in the first part of the competition. So Salazar now. This is an increase of 4 kilos. Quite interesting with Salazar, actually, Randy, because, you know, in the Olympic Games, he totaled up 305. He did a 138 snatch, a 167 clean and jerk. And, you know, what he's aiming at today, because he put in a total of 300, is suggesting that, you know, he's not far from that. And if you're on your way to the London Olympics, maybe be interested to see how close he gets to that 300, or maybe if he gets a couple of kilos more, because that'll give us an idea of how close he could be to his target.
Right. You know, and in fact, he would probably hope that this is a stepping stone toward an even higher total.
Yeah.
But he can't get ahead of himself. It's a little bit of a game of make haste slowly. You've got to pace yourself. London's still quite a ways off. Some of the lifters who are expecting the best results there aren't even here tonight because they're injured. Matthias Steiner would be an example.
Yeah, a really disappointing and a tendon that was operated on just recently, but, you know, minimum 3 months before he gets going on anything.
Yeah.
Very, very small chance of making London. Now, Yi Hun Min, representing Korea, 132 kilos on the bar for his opener. By the way, we're already past all those in the B group. I'll bring you up to date with that in a minute. So another good start there, as you would expect. Yeah, in the Indonesia's Hasbi Mohammed earlier in the day snatched 125 kilos. Jesus Lopez from Venezuela, he did that as well, but better than all of those, Daniyan Smailov of Turkmenistan actually did 127. And for those of you who may be not familiar how this sport works itself out, it's almost unique. Well, I think it is in Olympic Games because it's the only sport where you don't actually qualify for the final by virtue of actually effort. Because what happens is you don't, like track and field or rowing or canoeing, start in the heats, go through to the quarters, the semis, and then to the final. Here, what happens is, based on your condition, performance, and preparation, you and your coach decide what your entry total is, and then the powers that be in the International Weightlifting Federation draw everybody into the A, B, and C groups. And basically, if you're in the top 10 or the top 12, you're likely to be in that medal final shake-up. It's not to say that somebody from the B group can't get a medal, but it's an interesting version and a unique method.
Boy, this guy really flies under the bar. You know, one little footnote on that total they put in, it has to be predicated on reality or they suffer. If the lifter doesn't, if they don't put in numbers that are within 20 kilos of what they actually lift here, the total's not going to count. And where that total usually comes from is a recent performance at a major competition. Yeah, so it's not a number they draw out of a hat, and I don't want people to.
It's a fail-safe. The 20-kilo rule is a fail-safe. It's 15 kilos for women, but it was instituted a few years years back because there were coaches who were, quite frankly, just trying to push their lifters into the limelight of television who really shouldn't have been there. And to stop that game happening, they did that. But it still doesn't actually stop another sort of game, which is a coach putting someone into a B group to give them a little bit of protection, some would say hiding, and then they produce a heck of a good result, which actually starts to move them up and threaten the best in the A final rankings.
Right, we call it sports coffee.
Yes, indeed. So, Cha Kum Choi, there are two Koreans in this. This is the man who finished third last year in the World Championships in 56 kilos and is moving up. But you're looking at Turkey now. And you're looking at Salazar and Choi now on the stage.
11 seconds, 10. Well, you know, there's a case where he came out a little too late. He was almost sprinting for the platform. Clock was down, I think, maybe 6 seconds when he to start that, and he flew to get over the bar. Really too bad. That was a communication breakdown. Really is what caused that. They should have known better in the back in the warm-up room what was going on time-wise out here.
And now straight onto the stage now. This is the second of the Turks. As you watch this replay, I can tell you that here he is. This is Hurşit Ataş for Turkey. Both of the Turks actually based out of Ankara, the Turkish capital. And as the little graphic says there, 133, lift this up, and he takes an early lead in the competition. One of the heavier boys weighed in at 61.93 a couple of hours ago.
Well, you saw him try to save that fighting, you know, leaning back, and finally just could not stay on his heels anymore. Got rocked over backwards, trying to save the slows. Watch, you swing the bar a little bit there, which is going to make it go behind, trying to move the hips back to save it. It's going to rock back on the heels. You might see the slow motion, and there it goes. This is left.
So not an auspicious chance, and sorry, not an auspicious start, I should say, and not an auspicious start either for Cha Kum Choi. He's going to have to come out rapid fire for 133 while the loaders are cleaning up the bar.
Yeah, you've only got 3 attempts. You really hate to squander one on really just a miscalculation like keeping track of the time. You know, if the bar's weight's too heavy, that's a different thing.
And this, of course, is the man who has moved up weight category since last season, from 56 to today's 62. Well, it shows you what should have been done first time around, and he takes the early lead there with a 133.
Get a good sense on that shot of that second pull.
Out onto the stage, Diego Salazar for his third attempt. And Salazar has gone 127, 131, now putting an extra couple of kilos on, 133. And I think the stepping stone to London 2012 is so evident in what he's doing on the stage.
You know, I was going to say he is concentrating and concentrating. I mean, it's unusual for someone to be over the bar really long. And what can happen lots of times is you're trying to block mental stuff in a way or just shut your mind down. You don't want the little monkey chattering, okay? And he basically choked in that. His mind shut down and he did a pull, or as a friend of mine, Jim Schmidt, would say he got sports mixed up. He thought he was in powerlifting and basically did a deadlift with it instead of a snatch. Yeah. But that was a psychological breakdown.
Yeah, that's the light switch going off in the head.
Exactly, yeah.
And but 131, that is better than what he did last year in Antalya. And now Bazarbayev of Turkmenistan to open up on 134. This man's had a little bit of a roller coaster career. It's a while since we've seen him really produce a good series.
Well, I don't know. He's not going to appreciate hearing that right before another miss, David. But you called it. Up and down, no left.
3
left
years
out front.
3 years since he was doing sort of like 136 in the World Championships in Goyang. He managed 138, which is a decent effort in the snatch, but then blew out on the clean and jerk. And that's what I mean. He just hasn't been putting the whole thing together.
Those are great shots to illustrate how small that pocket is, how precise it is in terms of where the bar can be for a successful lift. You could see the bar was a little forward, popped back out, dropped, could not hold it. Everything needs to be in alignment so that the bar will stay aloft.
Early days, but just a reminder of what the world records are. The snatch world record belongs to Shi Jiang of China, 153 kilos, set in Izmir back in 2002, the same year that Li Maoshang of China at the Asian Games in Busan set the clean and jerk of 182. And Jiang Shi, the man who's in tonight's competition, he has the total world record of 326, which he set in Kanazawa in Japan in 2008, which I think was the Asian Championships.
It was. I was there, saw it, and he could put some heat on the clean and jerk record, possibly.
So, Bazabayev now for Turkmenistan in big trouble.
So what was it that you said about this lifter about 3 minutes ago, David? It's been a while since he's had a good performance. And
that's the problem. You know, it's not that he hasn't been lifting regularly. He was 6th in the Asian Games last year, 7th in the World Championships last year, no total in Goyang. But it's you know, the whole package has not come together. When that happens, of course, confidence levels are low, and you need to get a good sequence in to just get yourself back there, which means getting the first one in.
Yep.
Well, this man's got the first one. He needs the second one. He's gone up a kilo from the failure at 133. Needs to hold this together. 2-1 against. I had a feeling about that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because, you know, he made his opener, missed his second attempt. They went up. People would say it was gutsy. People would say it was stupid. They're more likely to say the latter when he missed it. That was pretty close. And he's going, hey, what'd they turn me down for? Seems like a good lift. See, the arms can't unlock. You can't have what's called press out. The bar has to be lifted in a way that the arms go to full extension and stay there. His left arm, I don't know if it looks fully extended, might be an anatomical thing, but if it's not anatomical, no lift.
Yeah, he's sort of new as well.
Yeah, sometimes you have to bluff it. Go, well, you know, look good to me, make sure the referees kind of believe you. But in fact, if you've got an anatomical condition that prevents you from locking your arm out, you have to show it to the referees beforehand or expect to be turned down if the arms do not go fully straight when you lift.
So here is this season's Universiade champion, won the title in Shenzhen, did a 140, a 170 for a 310, which is a decent total. But again, Irawan, this is Eko Yuli Irawan representing Indonesia, and he would certainly be looking for a place on the overall podium tonight. Opening up on 135, and that's 5 kilos up on what he posted, so warm-up has presumably gone rather well.
Nice lift. There's a little adjustment in the bottom position. Maybe we can see in slow motion he's going to move his hips from the right to the left to, I think it is, to keep his body under the bar. Let's watch this. Can't see it so clearly from overhead. From the front, if we get a replay from that angle, you'll be able to see it better. Nice adjustment, though. Watch the hips. There you go. Really low, too. Nice lift.
Oscar Figueroa, no stranger to world-class lifting at its very best, but he's on a mission. The Olympic Games was a nightmare. 3 attempts at the snatch at 128 kilos. Didn't get any of them. No total.
Yeah, in the Olympics, you can't continue to lift in the clean and jerk. It's only medals for the total. No snatch, no total.
That said, 139 in the World Championships last year, finished in, 2 years ago in Goyang, finished 4th.
Whoa, no doubt about that one. I'd say put some weight on the bar. Nice lift.
Yeah, Figueroa has posted a total of 310. That's only 10 kilos down on the Chinese lifter. It is very nip and tuck in there. And the coaches are going to have to be really alert here to the chess game that will develop.
Yeah, this is a situation, I think, tonight in this class where a lift that's made or lost by just a blink or an eyelash is going to make all the difference in the final outcome. Crowd getting behind him. We've seen this both nights so far. It's great. He needs this lift, and they're showing support.
Makes it, keeps his challenge alive. If he doesn't, then he still can go for clean and jerk honors, but it's not a great feeling. It's not a great place to be. That is so much better. Now, why didn't he do the first time? Did you know what was there? Aggression and attack.
Yeah, he really sank the pot. You know, you picked a great word, challenge, because that's really what he was facing here, and he met it. Just flashes under that bar.
And you say to yourself, well, why didn't he do that first time round? Terrific. Well, he's kept his chance alive. He can go for a total. And of course, with that successful lift, he goes into first place. And now Yi-Hun Min. Yi-Hun being close to medals in the last season or so. Well, he wasn't close to that.
Yeah, we'll see him kind of get squeezed out the back in the bottom position. Gets the bar up, can't lock it out, gets blown out the back.
Just to reiterate, there are 2 men who haven't started yet their challenge. One of them is Jiang Shi of China, the world record holder for the total in this 62-kilo class. The other one is the defending world champion, Kim Un-Guk. We're expecting to see them at 140. And those are the first attempt kilos that they posted earlier on. So nobody else wants 136, which means 90 seconds left for Yi-Hun Min to come out and do a bit of a repair job if he can. And it's absolutely crucial to stay close to the action. Randy, I mean, this could turn into a 2-horse race for gold and silver, but bronze could be wide open. So absolutely vital that these young men actually deliver. Yeah. Again, it's another 6 out of 6 opportunity sort of thing.
Right, and I think the medals will probably be determined on probably the final clean and jerk for each medal. Should be very exciting. Already is. We're off to a good start.
Now, oh so different. He's done this 1,000 times in the training hall, but it's always different when you come out under the lights on the competition stage.
Whoa. He is really low on that. Let's watch this bottom position. He really gets under this bar.
And suddenly from 6th place, puts himself up into 1st place.
Now watch this from the side. Watch his hips. Watch how low he is to the platform. Look at that. Has to move backwards. He's moving the hips backward to keep the bar overhead so that it doesn't come crashing down.
Yes, there will be a change. 138 kilos.
And the bar going to 138 kilos now for Irawan of Indonesia.
Still more changes to come.
So this will be a 3-kilo increase, and again this would take him into the lead with still another attempt to come.
138 kilos.
But the bar, in fact, going to 138 for the 2nd attempt of the Colombian, Oscar Figueroa. Figueroa 135, so again a 3 kilo increase here. Weighed in at 61.91. So Irawan's 61.98. He's right at the heavy end. And the defending world champion, actually, Kim Guk, a 61.87. So bodyweight could yet play a part in this. So Figueroa, a very good 135. Can we have an excellent 138? Super quick, really underneath it, and you can see he's on fire here. That's very good stuff from Oscar. He's just a kilo short of what he did a couple of years in Korea, so this is promising. So Oscar Figueroa up into first place. Yi Hun down to second. Baza Bayev of Turkmenistan drops into third place at the moment, and now Cha Kum Choi. 133, second attempt, successful, 5 kilo increase here. 61.34, lighter weight, makes this, goes first. Looks pretty good. 3 white lights coming his way. Indeed they are, and that's a good lift. So after a rather unsettling opening when he was short of time coming out for that first attempt, 138 made, but might yet rue the day that he really, with his coaching team, mucked up the first attempt. It arguably wasn't down to him. They didn't get him on stage with sufficient seconds to settle, prepare, focus and perform. This is Irawan, 139 now, second attempt. And again, this by a kilo to go into first place. Asian Games bronze medalist last year with a 141 snatch contribution. Well, that is a setback. He's got one more attempt, and we're on the verge of seeing Jiang Shi and Kim Guk, so they're due to come out on 140s.
Kilos, third attempt.
So he's going to follow himself and has a minute left.
Apa yang belum nggak panas? Dia habisin 139 kan? Iya, tetap. Tetap, Pak? 2 menit kan? 2 menit. 2 minutes, huh?
Well, it's a good repair job there by Irawan. 3 white lights, 139, and goes into first place. But of course it just limits. That extra attempt would have been so valuable to try and get up there with both the Chinese lifter and also, of course, the People's Republic of Korea.
Zhang Jie from China.
So the bar going to 140 kilos for Jiang Shi, this season's Asian champion, and he won that title with 147, clean and jerk of 170 and 317, but also lifted 146 in the nationals in China for a total of 324. So a real contender. Chinese who've had a setback this afternoon in the women's 53 kilos. So looking here for a boost in the men's division of the 62 kilo championship. .140. So straight into the lead and on plan. Now, Jiang, who weighed in at 61.90, the defending world champion Kim Un-guk at 61.87, and he's on stage now. 140, so by lighter body weight, he makes this. He goes ahead of his Chinese rival. Very solid, excellent opener there. The lighter and the younger by a year than Jiang Shi. Really swaggers off. Have a look at the speed here. Precision is terrific, drives up, and as you would expect, really good opener, and showing that he really has fire in his belly as well. Now, Boone Yameen Salazar, who's been quiet, he came in for a conservative 133 and has now gone straight to 140, a 7 kilo increase for the European champion, won the title in Kazan last April. Under 23 European champion last season. .15 seconds. Really good drive up there as well. And you can see how many of these men really have hunger and desire tonight. Excellent lifting. Now he weighed in at 61.99, so of the three men at the moment contending around this 140 mark, he is the heaviest of the lot. So that could only put him into third place at the moment in the snatch phase. Now here comes Mr. Figueroa. Oscar Figueroa. Now he's going for 140 as well. Now he is a little bit lighter than Salazar. Salazar was 61.99, 61.91 for Figueroa. So were he to do this, he would bump Salazar out of the bronze medal position which he's in at the moment. So this is to put him into bronze from 6th place where he is at the moment. 2 kilo increase. Come on, couple of steps forward, feet in line, and this is a really good fight. Now, not satisfied was the central referee here. That's Zygmunt Wielogowski from Poland. Now, it's really difficult to see from that angle. From that top angle, you can't really see the press out. You need it from the front angle, really. And even then, I can't really make the judgment. But 2-1, white lights, he gets the lift. So Salazar, or Figueroa, I should say, gets his 140, goes third, and pushes Salazar a little bit further now. Salazar's got to come out as the heavier man. It's gone to 141 kilos. And 145, the next list posted by Jiang and Kim of China and the People's Republic of Korea. So Salazar's got to come out and try and take this. The jury have reversed Figueroa's lift, and they have turned it from being, well, you're not looking at the jury, you're looking at the secretariat there, but it means that Figueroa drops back to 138 and Salazar is secure in the bronze medal position, whatever. So the 141, every extra kilo he can lift keeps him a little closer to the action. He's got 3/4 of a minute. Now, this is the lift that was disallowed. And yeah, you can see the press out. The central referee, according to the jury, got it right. And as they have the right to overrule, they've done just that. Now, Salazar, 141. Doesn't sound much, this extra kilo, but all important. This is his stronger suit, the snatch phase, rather than the clean and jerk. Fights for it. Well, all credit to him, but 141, maybe Eileen Dazdelin has put some fire into the Turkish lifters tonight as well with her performance, and 141 secures or re-emphasizes his third place, and we're down to 2 men. It's a head-to-head duel, as the paper suggested in the first half of this 62 kilo championship, 136.5 pounds or 9 3/4 stone. And that's very good. That's 3 out of 3. So is he going to do a Dazdelin? Can he possibly do that? I think that's a tall order with the clean and jerk, but he's done well. Boone Yameen, that's a kilo more than he did in the Europeans. And now 2 attempts for Jiang, 2 attempts for Kim. Jiang to throw the first gauntlet down, 145. This is a man who can do 146, he can do 147. Proven in this territory. Kim, also proven, won the world title last year with a 147 contribution to his total of 320. China first. Stands up, gets the lift on 145. Remember, he's slightly heavier than Kim. So Kim will almost certainly come out here, steadies in that low position, drives up and completes the examination there. And now Kim, who will take the same weight, and if Kim gets it, then he goes ahead by virtue of that lighter body weight, and then they'll still have 1 attempt each. Potentially great climax. Game on. Asked and answered. So now the chess game. 146, just a kilo, which is the sort of standard procedure here, but we're not going to go here. Who has it? Were you more convinced by Jiang, or did Kim send the stronger message, I wonder? Just looking at this, 147 for Jiang at the moment. So what's... Yep, Kim is going to respond as well. He's going up. So the bar goes to 147 for Jiang, and this is on the weight that he won the Asian Championships with. He won the Asian Championships before in 2008, and he lifted 147. So Jiang Shi. Remember, Jiang lifts 147, but if Kim comes out on the same weight and lifts it, then body weight will give him the snatch medal. But Jiang to play his last card in the first half of this competition. Just coming down to 10 seconds. And that means that failure. It means that the world champion Kim Un-guk has won the snatch gold medal because he had 145, the same as Jiang, on his second attempt, and by lighter body weight, and now has the opportunity to sneak ahead of the man from China. So the world champion versus the Asian champion, and Kim Un-guk deciding to try and really turn the screw a little bit here. The bar going to 150 kilos, and of course this will give him a 5 kilo advantage plus body weight, and there's only 2 kilos between them on their proposed opening titles on the clean and jerk, but it is actually, when I look at Jiang Shi, actually, there's a difference of 7 kilos. So this is what is in Kim's mind, to give himself a bit of a cushion to be close enough to attack Jiang in the clean and jerk. Five kilo advantage. Thank you very much. Stand still, feet together. 3 white lights, and the man from the People's Republic of Korea completes the first half of the competition in splendid style. 3 out of 3. Only 2 men have done that. Boone Yameen Salazar, who ends up with the bronze medal. Jiang Shi ends up with the silver medal in the snatch phase, and Kim Un-guk of the People's Republic of Korea has gold, but more importantly has that 5 kilo advantage and body weight over Jiang, and actually a 9 kilo advantage and body weight over Salazar. So the world champion is well on his way to defending his title, but the clean and jerk, that is going to decide this championship. Can Jiang make up the deficit and deny this man, or will Kim, has he done enough here to hold off the opposition? So 150, you can see there, 3 out of 3, 145 for Jiang. Salazar gets the bronze medal. Irawan, 139, that's a long way off as well. But bronze medal, there's plenty in there who could have a chance on that. Even Cha, 138. Also on 138, Figueroa. So the bronze, it could be 2 fights here. One for gold and silver, the other one for